It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. He comes in second in the NFL.
As it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis on
witness on, but first,
the final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette.
When he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. On the return is Jones. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Well, the Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his 3rd season now out of Alabama.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Back to Stevenson on 1st down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Look at this Buffalo defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect them?
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines. Taking it about the 16. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division.
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Jones. Too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this returnable for Hines. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now. AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Fournette running right. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game.
That's complete to Davis. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Allen to throw once more. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down.